Hey everyone, happy Friday. I just attempted to do a Facebook Live in our Entrepreneurs Club group and it did not work. So we're going to go back one step, not quite old school, but we're going to go back one step. And Sandra and I are here together. We're going to record this video that's going to be full of lots of value for you and hopefully you enjoy it. So I welcome Sandra Didomenico, who is one of our business mentors. She's the queen of video and social media. And I know I have a lot to learn because I couldn't even do a Facebook Live today. So I think this will be a really fun conversation. Welcome, Sandra.
Thank you. Thanks, Darlene, for having me. And you know what? We are always in learning mode. Definitely. We couldn't possibly know everything about social media. The tech part is just hope and pray that it works.
And you just get to know everything and then change it.
Oh yeah, always. There's always changes happening for sure.
So
Uh,
talk a
yeah,
little bit about yourself.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me. So I'm Sandra Didomenico, and my passion really lies as a confidence coach, as I actually found confidence later in life. I wasn't confident all the time, and I grew into that with personal development and really zoning inwards, and really finding out who I was. And I had a background in direct sales, 10 years, and helping other women and myself to learn how to ask for the sale. So we had to muster up the courage in that sense. And so during the pandemic, I became a confidence coach and recognized that my passion was helping women really come out of their shell. We forget who we are because we're nurturers and helping others. So I'm a confidence coach first and foremost, and then I guide business owners and entrepreneurs, influencers, and authors to really step into their power and create video content. Social media is the way to go. So we want to have that presence, and that's where one of my passions lies.
I love the fact that you're a confidence coach first, because the video and confidence comes hand in hand. I know that there are a lot of people who will not go on video unless they have professional hair and makeup done and they have picked their best outfit from
Right.
their closet. And what happens a lot is it feels very stiff, not authentic, because you're not confident until you have created this kind of persona. But the
Right.
people who come on every day and just are themselves, and I know you're one of them, you do a
Yes.
lot of videos, is like you want to hear from these people. You want to know more about them. You want to connect and build a relationship with them. So I love that you're confidence first, because I think specifically women, I think
Yeah.
guys have a lot more innate confidence growing up than
Yes.
women do.
Yes.
And because it's so video prevalent now,
Mhm.
that for you to be able to help these women feel really confident in who they are without doing the big, jazz hands and everything. I love
Yes. Yes, you don't have to be, it's not about perfection, right? What we're seeing, through scrolling, we're seeing women who, of course, are naturally beautiful and they've got it all put together. So it seems, but do they really have it all put together? We have to think about that. So when you're showing up authentically and just being yourself in a messy bun, or, showing the chaos of life and trying to find life balance, well, I would rather want to know what's happening behind the scenes as opposed to this, perfect persona. So we just need to show up and be authentic. And that's how people get to know, like, and trust you.
How do you help your clients balance the authenticity without, sharing too much information? Because we know there's certain people online that are sharing
Yes.
everything, including, what their poop looks like every day.
Yes.
And you're like,
Absolutely.
I don't need to know that. So how do you advise people to keep that authenticity without being
Right. Right. So it's funny you say that, because there are people who feel intimidated in the sense that they feel like they have to share every waking hour or moment, vlogging their day. But that's not the case. You want to share the tidbits. What people really want to know is how you fell down, and then how did you get back up, right?
I
The
love
steps
that.
in
Okay, just say
between.
that again, because I think that is so, I have goosebumps, which if you know me, that's my tooth factor. I
Yes.
think that is really powerful. Say that again, because I think people need to understand that.
So how you fell down, what was the final, like, draw, the, pull down, and then how do you get back up? So they don't need to know all the details in between. right? Like I had some clients who had even, security police involved and what have you. I'm like, you don't have to share all that. That's nobody's business. What you want to share is they want to know, how did you get back up? How did you bounce back into being who you need to be to move forward? And that's the message that we want to share. And people are drawn to that because everybody is living in a struggle at some point or at facing adversity, what have you, every day, whether it's diet related or it's, a family relationship problem, whatever. So that's what people engage on. And if you can serve and help somebody and share your story of where you came from, that's golden nuggets.
Yeah. And I think what goes along with that too is showing that the struggle is real.
Yes.
I think, I have my nieces and nephews are now in the situation where they're starting to have babies and that sort of thing. And I know that when I was having kids, it was a big deal about how keeping your house clean and still looking good and going out to work and you got it all together. And when really my house looked like a bomb went off on a daily basis, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I know that there are some people out there showing, oh, look at me, I'm a mom and my kids are dressed perfectly and all that stuff. And then there's others who are saying, like, this is it. This is a mess. And it's okay.
Yes.
So just giving others permission to be, it's okay if it's a little bit messy right now.
It is. And those are the ones that get the most comments, the most likes, because it's relatable. So you want to be relatable, but you don't have to give every single detail. You just have to give enough that it's a profound impact. That's what you want.
Yes, it's that profound impact. And sometimes that impact can be a little bit of a laugh.
Yes.
And sometimes that impact can be transformational for the person who's seeing what you're doing and what you did to get up, or that you're okay being in the mess with your house looking like a bomb went off.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what is your, somebody comes to you and they're really nervous about getting on video. They're really nervous about showing up in any way that's not really curated. What is the first steps that you take them through to gain some level of confidence to just be them?
For sure. Well, we look at what's holding them back. What is the belief system that we need to remove? First of all, there's some sort of block. And I always encourage to do, I know it sounds silly, but affirmations. Affirmations fuel your subconscious mind into believing that you're better than you already are. So it's almost like you have to trick the brain into believing you're great so that you can get in front of the camera, first and foremost. And I always say start small. If you're really, really intimidated, I say do this, an interview with somebody else. Have somebody with you doubled up on the screen so that you're not feeling the dead silence or you're not nervous. You could practice that way. Another measure is I'll say just start in stories, do little clips of videos, short ones, just talking and practicing that way until you become more confident in sharing more. And once you start and you put it yourself out there, you actually begin to feel confident. It's like this magic happens. So, but you can't over criticize yourself. You can't be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just let it all go, surrender, and just go for it.
I love the idea of doing stories because then there's not that pressure. It's only 24 hours.
Yes.
Then it's going to disappear and you don't have to worry.
Yes.
We know it doesn't completely disappear, but
it's having that little conversation. I don't know if you remember, right? Like
yes.
if it stays up on the screen, you get more nervous because people are going to preview it over and over. But a story is a quick clip.
Yes. And it is that way to build that confidence. And I do believe that for a lot of things, confidence comes with doing, not before doing. So it is finding those little baby steps that you can take that make you feel confident to take the bigger steps. And I want to circle back a little bit about affirmations, because that's kind of like my fun place that I like to play. Yes. And if I could add on to that is there's some people who do affirmations by rote, and then they wonder why they're not working. And I just want to, let people know that you have to get to the point where those affirmations, you can feel them in
Yes,
your bones.
right
And
on.
sometimes you have to say those affirmations 100 times in a row before you're going to start to really feel it. At first, it might feel strange. It might feel weird. Your voice in your head could be going, that's not me. But if you keep doing it to the point where you feel in your bones, that's where the confidence, that's where you're
Yes.
rewriting those messages that are in your head.
That's the rebuilding of the muscle. Confidence is building a muscle. Like it's no different than going to the gym. We're not born with it, right? Although it may seem like people were born with it, they just exuberate that confidence. But no, it's something that is within our mind that we have to empower ourselves over and over. And especially women, because we're nurturers. We're always giving to everybody else, but then we forget about ourselves. So that's where that comes in for sure. I love
So
that.
once you get to the point where they're on, they're doing their little stories and they're gaining some confidence. Tell me if you have a story of a client where they finally it clicked and they said, okay, I got this. And they went from not even wanting to do stories to now feeling quite confident in front of the camera and in their business and in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, this one particular client really stands out. She, she was chatty, talkative, like great personality, but she actually shied away from doing videos, right? So now I can't get her away from it. She's on it every single day. And she has come out of her shell. The hurdle is the fear of being judged. That's the whole thing, right? And I had to share with her, once you get over the fear that everybody's going to judge you no matter what. So if this is something that you're passionate about, don't look at it from a perspective of you're selling a product. Look at it from a perspective of this is what you're really passionate about. It's helping your family because she sells oils, and how you introduce it in your family. So do videos like, the hockey bag is stinky and you're spraying it with the oils, like have fun with it, right? And once that triggered in her mind, she got it. Like she was like, oh, okay, so I don't have to do all the dance moves. I don't have to be like, here, buy this. No, you have to show how it's incorporated in your lifestyle. That's what video is. Video is about your lifestyle. And what does that look like? And people are taking a bird's eye view of it.
I love that. And I think that that's such a great differentiation between business posting and lifestyle posting. And the majority of people who become very successful in their business are lifestyle based posting. They're showing how this product that they love is impacting their life. They're showing, if you want to have people think that this is going to make their life better, you got to show how it made your life better.
Exactly.
Right? There has to be some accountability there and there has to be some proof. And when you're showing that, and if you can do it based on your personality, if you're funny, be funny. If you're, have a dry sense of humor, have a dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
And it will translate to the people who are most likely to hear your voice and want to hear more. So I love that lifestyle. People remember lifestyle, not selling, because that is how people will relate to you and want to buy the product. Because you imagine that I had a center plate hockey hit all the way up. And I remember when, if I don't know if you have a center plate hockey, but there's a period of time when they're like 9, 10, 11, where it changes from the hockey bag is okay to the hockey bag you don't even want it in the car. When they start going through puberty, the smell of hockey. Right. So any hockey mom who has a way to reduce that smell in their car would be all over that. It's such a simple little thing, but you would relate to so many.
Exactly. Is playing, what's happening in your life right now? Are your kids young? Are your kids teenagers? Do you have fur babies that, is a little one to growth? Are you training them? Like whatever. Do you love to walk in nature? Are you a kayaker? Are you a paddleboarder? Are you a yoga instructor? Like demonstrate how you incorporate everything into your life to build a life that you design. And that's what people are intrigued about.
Yeah, I love that. What would you say are your top 3 pieces of advice for putting up a really good video?
A really good video. Well, you want to have a hook. So usually start with a question. Would you like to change this? Did you know? How do you? So when you start the video like that and you offer the solutions, whether you're just pointing and having an answer pop up, or you're actually speaking, or you are demonstrating. If you have a product, you could be making a shake and the answers pop up. That's always the best thing to do. And people do love demonstrations. I gotta say, like, people love watching recipes and things being put together, crafts, before and afters, right? So just giving you some ideas of different things. That's what makes a video. Yeah. And not too long. So you want it to be quick. And sometimes when you pop those messages with less time, then it gets viewed more because they're going back to preview it again.
So what would you think is the sweet spot for a length of a video?
A sweet spot is definitely like 12 to 15 seconds. Some people say less, but I'm not a firm believer of too fast.
Can you imagine, it used to be 3 minutes and now it's 12 to 15 seconds?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need to be very concise in your messaging.
Yes.
To be able to get out what you want to say in whatever moment it is in 12 to 15 seconds.
Now, some people go more. It depends what you're featuring, right? Like if you're featuring like a beautiful scenery or a before and after, some people like to flash the before and then they show the after, like the serene part of it and how it was transformed. It all depends what message. But if you're live talking, because there's a lot of that now, people want to hear you speak rather than do like the voiceovers and that kind of videos, then it depends on how much information, but you want to keep it concise. So you can break it into part 1, part 2, try not to go over 30 seconds max.
Well, I think that is good advice. And I think that there's a lot of people who go too long, and you can feel it, where I find that I have such a short attention span that, really, to be honest with you, 15, 30 seconds. And I'm pretty much, if you haven't told me what I need to know, unless it's a gripping story, there's some people who are telling a story and it's like, you want to hear the end.
Yes, totally get that. Yeah. It all depends on the content that you're providing.
What about, I know that there's a lot of people, and I have a lot of clients who will say to me, like, what microphone do I need? What light do I need? Do I need to have egg cartons on my wall to keep the noise down, and all of these different things, right? And I know that there's some people who have really embraced the on the fly doing a video live in the middle of a forest, but there's some people who still think that they need to build a whole studio to do this. What are the basics that people need?
They just need a ring light and a tripod stand. You can get one on Amazon that has the ring light and the phone holder. And then when I'm out and about, I'll take some video clips if it's nature-based or something that I want to show, like a view, and I'll save it in my phone, and then I'll piece it together in an app for a video. But you don't need any special equipment. Right now, I actually have my laptop on top of a shoebox, so it's a little bit higher, so it has a better view. So I use
gold box.
Yeah,
I use.
I used to use a peanut butter jar, like whatever works, right? So yeah, you don't have to have any special equipment. You just need an iPhone or a phone that has a great, microphone. Or if you're doing a podcast, that's a different story. You need a good microphone. But yeah, and blank wall, like I keep it simple. So, and try to keep it consistent if you can. Obviously, if you're out in nature, it's not going to be like that. But I like to just use a blank wall. And if you can face the sunlight, the daylight, that's even better because it's good lighting, or have your ring light.
Perfect. This has all been great information, and I'm so happy that we got a chance. Even if we have to do it Zoom, we have to do it old school all the way through. Yeah. But I'd like to put a call to action out to everybody. So let's think of a short video that people can just do for fun. And maybe they can post it below in the comments. and just do a quick and try to do it in 15 seconds. So let's come up with some idea of what do we want, like maybe like what's your favorite hobby and do a video, or what
Yes. Or
the
tell us
favorite.
something that we don't know about you, something
I
that
love that.
nobody expects to know about you.
We're going with that because I love that
I
idea.
love it. Yeah.
Okay, so when you see this video, go in the comments below in 15 seconds.
Yes.
Tell us something that, we don't know about you and that we would be shocked knowing who you are.
Perfect. And I'll start. I'll add in the comments first.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you for today. I'm both Mary and I love having you as a business mentor.
Thank you.
So anyone who hears this, please go on to the Hub page and book your free call with Sandra. She can help you with anything, confidence video, whatever it may be. It's worth the 30 minutes spending with you. She'll give you so much valuable information. And put your videos below.
Love it. I look forward to meeting everybody and chatting. Thank you, Darlene, for this.
You're welcome. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.